hello, hello, hello. How are you today? I am so excited today because I wanted to talk about 3 reasons telling your story helps your business. And this came about through a conversation that I had with a former client, and she was reluctant to tell her story, but things change when you tell your story, and we're going to talk about that. So, hi, if you don't know me, my name is Lisa Balthaser, and I am a digital marketing strategist, and I help you become visible, stay visible, get leads and clients online, grow and scale your business so you can hire a team and free up your time. So, today, we are talking about 3 reasons telling your story helps your business. And it helps in so many ways. So I would love to see from you guys how many of you have been afraid to share your story or pieces of your story or things about you that you think will scare people away, or you're maybe a little bit nervous about talking about in public. I bet so many of you have. So today we are going to talk about that. The first thing I wanted to talk about, the first reason you should be telling your story. The first thing that you should be telling your story about is it's personal, guys. It's personal. So often online, business folks, they go into business and they um, they go into business and they show up online and they just don't seem real to other people. And sometimes that is a little off-putting, and it doesn't allow people to really get to know you. So the first reason you want to tell your story is because it's personal. It's personal. So it's like having a conversation with a friend. Just as you would have a conversation with a friend, you want to get to know people. So that is the exact method that telling your story helps you with. It helps you get to know people, it helps people get to know you, and it makes you real. It makes you an imperfect human. It makes you an imperfect human. So, I mean, everybody, when they are dealing with someone in business, they don't want them to be that know-it-all. They don't want them to be that, I mean, they want them to be the professional. They want them to know what they're talking about, but they don't want them to be so far up that they look down on you. They want you to be a human being. They don't want you to be a robot. They don't want you to be anything other than human. And that's the thing. When you tell your story, you show up as a human, and it allows you to build that relationship with other people. Give me 1 second, guys. Something didn't take on here, and I don't know why. So, anyway, guys, so it helps you to be human, an imperfect human. Every other human being that you are going to work with is an imperfect human being. We all have our flaws, we all have our characteristics, and sometimes we don't like showing them, but we do. And we're afraid that other people will not like us because of that. And that's just not true. So when you tell your story and you allow a little of your personal story come into play with your business, you are human to other people. You're just like them. And that's really, really important in establishing that connection with other human beings that you want to work with. So that is the first reason that telling your story helps your business, because it's going to make you real, make you an imperfect human, but it's going to still establish you as a professional but you're that imperfect human being, just like your clients, just like them. And it allows them to see that you're just like them. So that's the first reason. First reason. The second reason that telling your story, and this is the one where I'm really going to get into it a little bit. The second reason, number two, that you want to tell your story and it'll help your business is because it helps people to relate. It helps people to relate to you. So, so often you show up. Oh, hi, Carrie. So often you show up on here and um, you show up as somebody that they don't know, or somebody that um, maybe is unrelatable. But when you tell your story, it allows pieces of your story to connect with experiences that your clients have had. So when you're talking about things such as and this is where I want to talk a little bit about the different things that people relate with and the different levels that people relate on. So when you're talking about your story, part of your story could be mistakes that you made in your business. So, say you did a launch and it failed. Okay. Your clients may have tried launches that failed. So, but they see you setting the example and being the leader and showing up as an authority online. So, when they see that, okay, they understand that those mistakes that you made were learning experiences, and that allows them to move on also. And that's really, really important in establishing a relationship with people. So when you have those mistakes that you made and you share them with everybody else, okay? You share those mistakes and it allows them to connect with you on a different level because they realize that you're not perfect either. Just as they know that they're not perfect, it makes you more human to them because you're not perfect either. Okay. Now, here's another way that people can relate. It helps people to relate. For instance, if you have a story of trauma or hardship, you may be reluctant to tell that in a business setting. Okay, because trauma and hardship are sometimes really difficult to talk about. As a matter of fact, I have my own story of trauma and hardship that I haven't shared everything online yet because I am a true believer in that you have to get totally through it in order to share it and serve others with your story. Um, when I'm looking with or maybe childhood traumas or other traumas that you've been through, for instance, one of my traumas that I've been through and that could help me relate to other people with is that I was in an abusive relationship. Okay. I was in an abusive relationship for a few years. It was both emotionally and physically abusive. Um, and I had hand marks around my neck from being choked for real. A lot of guys probably don't know that about me. But if someone else is out there and has had that same trauma, they would totally relate to you. They would know without a doubt that you understand what they have been through or what they are going through. So it allows you to connect on a psychological level that's not business related. Okay. So that's why I think it's really important for business owners to share their stories, share their hardships, share their traumas. Okay, that's just one trauma. Okay, so say you're a business owner and talking about hardship. Okay, so I know several business owners who have had to file bankruptcy, have lost their home, have lost everything that they've worked for because they were so um, passionate about being an entrepreneur. They lost everything. Okay. That's a hardship story that so many other entrepreneurs could relate to. Why? Because entrepreneurs are passionate about what they do. They believe in what they do no matter what. They are committed to that thing no matter what. So that is why it is super duper important for you to share that story. People can relate, people can understand you as a human being. They can relate to you on a different level that's not business. Okay. And that opens the door for other conversations. Okay. Now, there is another thing. I have, like I had mentioned to you, I have a former client who is reluctant to share her success. Okay. So let's look at the flip side of this. Okay. So as an entrepreneur, if you are super successful, you probably, well, it can go one of two ways. I've seen two things out there. I've seen people that share it and flaunt it and basically use it as, oh, well, this is what you can do. You can do this too, blah, blah, blah. And I've also seen people that are very humble. Okay. So this particular person is extremely humble and she doesn't like to flaunt her success. She just wants to help other people get there. And we had a conversation last week, and we were talking about this a little bit. Again, this is something that's been an ongoing conversation with her for a long time, since when she was my client. So, what the conversation was about is not not bragging or not rubbing it in people's faces, but giving people hope. So we talked about that a little bit. And if you are super successful in your business and you want to help other people get there, you may feel a certain way about sharing your success with people because you may feel like they can't relate or um, they'll think you're bragging or something like that, which is kind of how she was seeing it. But, but picture this, okay? If you have achieved a level of success, you probably, number one, didn't get there overnight. And number two, didn't get there without a lot of trials, errors, and hardships and heartbreaks along the way. As a matter of fact, most entrepreneurs experience that in a week. so, so when I'm saying to you about sharing your story, about how important it is, what I was establishing with her is the importance of sharing all the hardships and trials that they went through. You know, they lost money, they made mistakes, they made bad decisions. It's all a learning experience. So if you have achieved a certain level of success and you're proud of that, and you should be, don't don't feel like you can't share that with people in a way that makes them understand that it wasn't easy, okay? Because many entrepreneurs, especially if they first started, it's hard. It's hard. They don't know what to do. They don't know if they're taking the right action steps. For some people, it takes years. For some people, they have success pretty soon. But some people, it takes years and perseverance, and it takes a lot of dedication, commitment, and perseverance to get there. So, what I want you to understand is that no matter what your story is, whether it's trauma, hardship, mistakes that you've made along the way, or success, if that's your story, don't be afraid to tell it. Okay. Because people want to understand you, they want to understand more than how you'll help them. When people choose to work with you, they will choose to work with you because of who you are, not what you do. Okay. So all those stories help them to understand who you are as a human being. It makes you real to them. Okay. So that is what I wanted to drive home on that one. People will relate. Um, just about every entrepreneur has had a hardship. Um, Most of us have had some kind of trauma in our lives at one point or another. We've all made mistakes and have imperfections. So by sharing them, you are allowing other people in. You're allowing other people to see that you are real. By sharing your success, you also want to share how, what you did to get there and that it wasn't always that way. And that brings me to the last reason, reason number 3, that you want to tell your story because it will help your business. Number 3, and this is where all of the other things are working together to come to this. And number 3 is that it gives other people hope. So if you're telling your story and you're telling something personal, and they're relating, it's like say you procrastinate and they beat themselves up because they procrastinate, and you're telling your story and they relate to it and they're like, oh my God, I so get her because I do the same thing. And they decide that they want to follow you or work with you. Like they already know that you get them. Okay. So on another level, say something traumatic happened. Like for me, I was in an abusive relationship. And say somebody hears that story and they know that I completely understand what they've been through. I understand the emotional trauma. I understand the physical trauma of abuse in a relationship. And say they want to follow me and they want to work with me. They get that I understand all of those other things that come with that. There is a lot that comes with that also. It's not just that and it goes away. It doesn't. It stays with you for a long time. So I get them as a human being. I understand I can have compassion for their situation and what they've been through. Those things are super important. But because I've gone through that, because I have risen above that, it gives them hope. So your stories, reason number 3 is it gives other people hope. And all a lot of people need is hope. Okay. Um, that's why I'm not a firm believer in, business owners that say, oh, well, you have to do A, B, and C, or you're never going to make it. That's not true. Everybody has their own way to get to success. And just because something worked for one person doesn't mean the same thing is going to work for another person. We are all individuals. We all have our individualities that apply to our business as well as our personal life. So there's no one road to success. There's no one method. There's no one strategy that's going to work for everybody. And that's why when I work with people, I meet them where they are. And I actually meet them where they are. And I work really closely with them and we grow their business together. I am right there in the business with them. Right now, I have 3 one-on-one coaching positions, that are available in my program. Only 3. And I don't even know if I'm going to take all 3. I may only take 2. And the reason for that is because I want to be right there with you in your business. I give 100% support to you in your business. You have access to me. And I help you through all of those hardships, all of those little bumps that come along the way. So many times entrepreneurs they throw their hands up and they get frustrated when things don't go right. They don't know what went wrong or they can't figure out what went wrong. But when you're working with a coach, that helps you. It helps put another set of eyes on it to figure out what went wrong and how to fix it. It helps you get your copy right. It helps you get your niche down. It helps you get in front of the right people so you can bring a steady stream of clients into your business. And I teach people my method of doing that. So right now, I'm going to probably say I'm only going to open it to 2. I know I just said 3, but it'll probably just be 2 because I'm working on some other things and I don't want to bring someone in and not be able to give them 100%. So if you're interested in working with me, and I will work with you in your business 100%, you will have access to me pretty much most of the time through Voxer. And that will allow me to serve you completely in your business. When problems arise, I will be available for you. So if you're interested, schedule a call with me. It's bit.ly, schedule a call with Lisa. I am looking forward to helping you get to where you need to be in your business. Like, I limit this program to 5 people total. Right now, I'm only accepting two more people. Because in order for me to be there for you completely, I have to limit this program. But I want you to get the support that you need to grow your business, to scale your business, and to be able to hire a team by the end of 2021. And that is what I will help you with. I will help you get there. You will have a steady stream of clients coming to you. You will learn how to communicate with them and be able to get them into conversations that will convert them. You will learn how to identify who is and who is not a client. You will be able to grow your business and you will be able to scale. Okay. So I am helping you get positioned for scaling and hiring a team by the end of this year. Okay. And that is what I want for you because you deserve it. You deserve it. You've worked hard. And even if you've experienced challenges, as we all experience challenges in our business. So I definitely would love for you to schedule a call with me and see where that goes. See where that goes. I really am passionate about helping entrepreneurs grow their businesses and scale. So often, one of my mission is really to my mission is to lift women out of a poverty mindset and help them connect to their CEO, create financial independence and security, and ultimately elevate their worth in the world and help them think bigger and make a bigger impact in the world. So, in saying that, I really want to talk to you because I know that you, yes, you want to make an impact in the world and you absolutely have it in you, even if you haven't discovered it yet, even if you're an introvert. It doesn't matter. A lot of people don't know that I don't feel like an extrovert, even though people call me an extrovert. I don't ever feel that way. So I really want to connect to you. So schedule a call with me. I would love to talk to you. Um, and even if it's just a phone call, you will get a quick win out of the phone call. And because we'll discuss what's going on, and I'm going to help you through a problem, and we will get to know each other and see if it's the right fit, and we'll go from there. But I do want to talk to you. It's 2021, guys. Last year was rough. We want to make sure that this year is your year and that you are taking the action steps that you need to take to be successful this year. Don't allow it to pass you by. Don't allow it to pass you by. You probably already wasted enough time. I know I did. I know I wasted years. So I don't want that same thing to happen to you. And that's why I'm so passionate about this. So anyway, guys, that is what I have for you today. 3 reasons telling your story helps your business. Let me go over those again. Number 1, it's personal and it shows you're an imperfect human. Helps you relate. Number 2, helps people to relate to you by telling those stories that, include trauma, hardship, or even success if you do it right. And number 3, it gives people hope. It gives other people hope. And that's so important. So that is what I have for you today. I hope that you will schedule a call with me. I look forward to talking to you. As with everything, if you have any comments, leave them below. I will come back and answer them. You have a fantastic day.